Hi, this is Almas for KBLATV, your community station, and my guest for today is Chike Weke, who is a businessman here in Los Angeles and a promoter, and today we are going to talk about page 36. So tell us, I think people would like to know, what is page 36?
Page 36, the movie, is a very complex plot that focuses on the greed and the avarice we have as individuals. It's a complicated plot. Everybody on page 36 plays out in a space of 24 hours to outwit and outdo the other.
Oh.
These are accomplished business people, and everybody's planning to outwit the other person on page 36.
Hence the title.
Hence the title, page 36.
Right.
So it's going to be a very relaxing evening to enjoy this movie that is a very complicated plot, and you'll be guessing what is going to happen at the end to the end of the movie. So it has a dose of action in it. It has a little bit of family entertainment, and it has a healthy dose of sex in it.
Healthy dose. I like that. I like that.
So,
very nice.
Yes.
So tell us about November 10th and why that date is so important.
It's so important because we are going to celebrate one of our own. This movie was produced by two Nollywood directors based in Houston, Texas, Chris Olasi and Don Okolo. These are veterans in the Nollywood industry, and they have done some very wonderful movies in the past. So it is first celebrating one of our own, two is providing entertainment for the entire family to come and relax and enjoy the pleasures of living in Los Angeles and being very close to Hollywood.
Okay. And what will they expect when they go to the premiere? What should they expect?
We are going to have a full dose of entertainment at the premiere. KBLATV will be there to cover the event live. We're going to have White House Entertainment will be there to provide photography. Life and Times magazine, one of the leading community magazines, will also be there to cover the event. And we're also going to have a host of other photographers in the community covering the event. And we're going to have a mixer with the cast and crew who are coming down from Houston, Texas, or with the audience. So it's going to be a very entertaining, relaxing, and enjoyable evening for everybody to come to.
Wonderful. Sounds very exciting. Tell us where people can buy the tickets for the premiere.
Okay, the tickets are on sale in a variety of African stores for $20. We have the tickets on sale at P&J Stores in Gardena. P&J Stores is right on Crenshaw Boulevard, off of Rosecrans in Gardena. We have the tickets on sale at Veronica's Kitchen on Manchester in Inglewood. African General Store on La Brea off of Centinela in Inglewood. And Obichi African Enterprise, another African store that's on Washington and Rimpau. So these are all the 4 different locations where people can buy a ticket right now for $20. Also, the tickets are on sale online at eventbrite.com/page 36 Hollywood Premiere.
Got it.
You can also buy the tickets online there.
Nice. So there should be no reason why anybody should miss this event.
Absolutely no reason. You don't want to sit down in your house and be told about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wait, I'm supposed to be somewhere tonight. Darn. Anyway.
Yes.
So let's talk about your other endeavors, your Life and Times magazine. Because a lot of people don't really know too much about it, and even though it's been growing and becoming a resource for Africans in the diaspora, and specifically a positive thing about Africans and what is happening in larger context communities too. So tell me a little bit about your magazine.
Okay. Life and Times was a project we started in the last quarter of 2010. This goal of Life and Times is very simple. It is supposed to be a medium to spotlight the positive achievement of Africa and Africans and correct the negative stereotypes that have been associated with it in the Western media. Unfortunately, all we hear about Africa is wars and famine, disease, corruption, bad government, ineffective administration. But the truth is that there's a whole lot about Africa and Africans that are on the positive line. There's a lot of development that's going on in Africa. Abuja, Nigeria, for example, is one of the most beautiful cities you can find anywhere in the world. It is well planned. The architecture is out of this world. It's such a beautiful city, and it's a city located in Africa. Talking about individuals, Case Lawal, that owns Kamak Holdings, is one of the biggest businessmen here in the U.S. The net worth of Kamak Holdings is in excess of $10 billion, and they have annual revenues in excess of $3 billion. They are in oil and refining, and it's been one of the top black enterprises in the U.S. And this guy was born in Ibadan, Nigeria.
Isn't that crazy? And yet we've never seen him on the cover of Time or seen him on an Oprah Winfrey show.
Exactly because of the stereotypes.
Exactly.
The Western media want you to believe that all that is coming out of Africa is poverty and disease. So putting Case Lawal on the cover of Time magazine would destroy that preconceived stereotype they have about us.
Or images. Oh yeah, definitely. So where do you see Life and Times magazine being 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What are your goals?
I pray and I hope that we will become a major and authoritative voice in the diaspora about African issues. And that dream is coming to reality. You know, I've had a very busy schedule in the last 2 months. I've been to Washington D.C., I've been to New Jersey, I just came back from a trip to New York, where there was a celebration of the Nigerian Independence Day on the 8th of October in Manhattan at the Nigerian House. It was a big event that attracted about 6,000 people, fellow compatriots. You know, they were celebrating the Nigerian 52nd independence anniversary, and the president of Nigeria sent one of his ministers to be present at the event. We had the Nigerian ambassador to the U.S., we had the Nigerian ambassador to the United Nations, we had a host of other top government officials there, and about 6,000 Nigerians at the event. That was huge, and we were invited to cover the event. And it pleases my heart that less than 2 years after our publication has started, we can get invitation to cover such high-profile events. So my hope is that in 10 years, we'll become a major voice in the West talking about African issues, and people will read the alternative about what we know that is happening in Africa, as against what the Western press wants us to hear about Africa.
So true, yes. And maybe also too, if next time you go to DC, you'll have a chance to sit down with Barack Obama and talk to him about some issues about African trade and all that. But you know, so because there's so much possibilities and so much potential in so many other countries that it's ridiculous how they have not been able to tap into that.
That is true.
Yeah, so it's really quite. So as far as your magazine and seeing where you want to take it 10 years from now or even 5 years from now, and the fact that you're getting there so close, what do you hope? I know you talked about how you want people to understand and to realize that there are a lot of positive traits about Africans in Africa and the diaspora. Is there a way, do you think, also to build a relationship between Africans and African Americans? Because there are a lot of African Americans who have money and they're not investing or helping, you know, or putting their money where their mouth is, one might say. Do you want to talk on that?
That is so true. You know, once a year, I'm part of a celebration of the unity between Africans, that is Africans that were born in Africa, and Africans who were born here in the U.S., African Americans. I'm part of a celebration by a group called African Focus that aims at inducting African Americans into African families. And in fact, I just talked to the main organizer of the event, Mr. Chidi, just yesterday. And we are actively planning for the event next year. And Life and Times is one of their media consultants. So through efforts like this, we want to build bridges, you know, with African Americans to co-opt them into African culture and build relationships with them. In fact, my family just last year inducted Professor Wade Nobles, a renowned African American scholar, into our family. And this Thanksgiving, we're going to spend the Thanksgiving holidays with their family up in Northern California.
Nice.
So these are efforts that we are making. We are working with this group and other groups to build these bridges between ourselves and African Americans. Because the truth of the matter is that we are all black.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the white man looks at us as black.
Yeah.
They first of all identify you as a black person before they start building, breaking down the subsets into African American, African American of African descent, and all of that.
Exactly. And then
first of all, we are all black, and we should work together to raise the level of the black person wherever they may be.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, because it's very true that a lot of people do, you know, and yeah. So anyway, well, Chike, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And this is Almaz for KBLATV, your community station.
Thank you.
Would you like to say?